show you a super simple salsa recipe that's inspired by Timmery Hagenberger, the author of The Foodie Bar Way and my friend and mentor. This book is set up in a really simple, approachable way to cooking, in a way that everyone's happy. There's so many different ingredients and options, and you can change anything about each recipe, which I love. And it got me excited about cooking. So I'm gonna do her Cowboy Salad today, and I'm gonna do a few different things a little bit different than the book. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw in 24 ounces of my favorite salsa. It can be a green salsa or a red salsa or a homemade salsa, whatever you'd like. Just into a bowl here. And then I'm gonna throw in 2 cans of beans. I have black beans and pinto beans on hand, so that's what I'm going to throw in. I'm hoping everything will fit in this bowl, but we'll find out. Also, I'm gonna put in some frozen roasted corn. You can do frozen regular corn, and in the summertime it's really good when the corn's good and you can use a whole ear of it. It's really fresh, crunchy, and starchy, raw. You don't have to cook it. All right, I'm just gonna stir this up. It already smells so good. This is good as a dip. With jicama chips, you can do regular chips, put it on top of a sandwich or a salad. The options are endless. All right, so now I'm going to squeeze this lime into the salsa. The recipe does call for the zest, and I think the zest is really important because it adds such a strong lime flavor. I understand you guys won't have a zester probably available to you. If you do want to use the zest, you can thinly slice around the lime and chop it up really thin after washing the lime, of course. Squeeze it in there. And mix it again. This is also way better, I think, when you let it sit overnight and all the flavors marinate. It's really vibrant, fun salsa. You can add red onion, cilantro, more tomato, green onion, anything you like. And for the best part, an avocado. I already sliced and squared this avocado. I'm just gonna scoop it out. All right. And once again, I think this is a great idea when salads are getting boring or your sandwiches are boring and you need just something a little bit more exciting. You would even sneak it into the dining hall and put it on top of the salad, and everyone will want to know what you're eating. They'll be jealous. All right, and here is a super simple Cowboy Salsa from the Foodie Bar Way book. I want to share with you a really fun, simple, and easy snack or dessert idea that I make almost every week. It's just any kind of plant milk and chia seeds, sweetener of your choice, and toppings of your choice. So, chia seeds are really high in fiber, omega-3 fatty acids, and they're just a really good snack because they don't have a lot of flavor to put in smoothies, on top of oatmeal, to use in granola or chia seed pudding, my favorite. So I'm just gonna add about 4 tablespoons of chia seeds to this bowl here. And then I'm gonna take a cup of plant milk. This is actually a mixture of oat and almond milk because that's what I had left in my fridge. I'm just gonna pour it in this bowl. You could do it in a jar if you wanted to make 4 or 5 jars for every breakfast that week. And you just mix it up nice and evenly. And then, if you wanna make it a little bit sweeter, you can add some vanilla extract, some almond extract, even lemon, peppermint if it's Christmas time, or you're feeling a little minty. That was a lot, but I like So you're just gonna stir that and let it sit in the fridge for about 5-10 minutes. And then you're gonna need to stir it again because what will happen is all the chia seeds will fall to the bottom. So I'm just gonna set it in the fridge for a few minutes and I'll show you what it looks like when I stir it the next time. So I just took this chia seed pudding out of the fridge and I wanted to show you guys how it kind of falls to the bottom here. This is when it's important to stir it up after 10 to 15 minutes so it can reset and be evenly distributed. All right, and it looks like it needs about another half hour or so sitting in the fridge. But this is what it should look like after you stir it the first time. All right, so it looks like the chia seed pudding is actually done. It's been only about an hour since I stirred it. It looks just like this. As you can see, the chia seeds absorb all of the liquid from the milk. It's a really good consistency and it's really versatile, so you can put any kind of fruit. If you want to put cacao powder or maple syrup in it to sweeten it up a bit, it's just a great snack or dessert depending on your situation. As you can see here, I made a really fun bowl with all sorts of different toppings. I have sliced strawberries, blueberries, banana, and cantaloupe and fig that I actually picked from our fig tree and our cantaloupe plant out front. So that was really fun to incorporate. If I wanted to make it sweeter, I'd put some coconut flakes on top or some cacao nibs, maybe a drizzle of maple syrup, anything you'd like. So here's an example. You can eat this for breakfast, snack, dessert. It's a great option. A really good snack or a dessert idea is a no-bake energy bite ball. There are a lot of different variations you can make from this. Today I'm just going to go off what I have on hand. You can add anything different, such as dried fruit, you want some raisins or some dried cranberries, really whatever you'd like. So I'm just going to do a cup of rolled oats, and I'm also going to add a half a cup of peanut butter, I'm gonna eyeball this one because that's okay. As long as they taste good. Half a cup of peanut butter. I'm also gonna add a half a cup of ground flaxseed. When you eat flaxseed, it's really important to eat it while it's in its ground form because otherwise, if you eat it in the whole form, you don't dissolve all of the, or your body isn't able to absorb all the nutrients. So it's really good to have them ground. So I'm gonna measure out a half a cup of ground flaxseed. And I just keep them in the freezer. You don't have to, it just stays fresher longer. It's a really good source of omega-3s, super healthy. It's just great all around. And you don't even really taste it. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some chia seed. I'm gonna add a half a cup. Give or take. Looks good. And a third of a cup of maple syrup or honey, whatever you have. It helps it stick together. And also, I'm gonna add some chocolate chips. Maybe a half a cup, maybe more. Say that's a half a cup. So I'm just gonna stir this all together and make a little dough consistency. This actually does have to set in the fridge for at least a half an hour. This is important because if you don't do this, the balls won't stay together and it just won't be as enjoyable of an experience. And if you can tell, it's kind of not wanting to stick well anyway, so if this happens, feel free to add a little bit more peanut butter or a little bit more maple syrup to make the consistency that you're wanting to reach. And you can also use almond butter, cashew butter, macadamia nut butter, whatever your heart desires, sunflower seed butter. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead ahead and set this in the fridge and I'll show you what it looks like after 30 minutes. All right, so I actually added a little bit more peanut butter to this energy ball recipe. I opened up the fridge about 15 minutes in, stirred it, and noticed it was a little bit dry, so I just wanted to give you a heads up that it has a little bit more peanut butter, and that's okay to do. So it's clearly a firmer dough consistency. I'm just gonna make nice size balls here, and you can make them smaller or larger, whatever you'd like. And I think we're also gonna put them in the freezer because we like things frozen. So I'll show you what they look like when they're done. Okay, so I just finished making these energy bite balls, and it made about 14 of them. It should have made probably 20, but Casey and I had a few snacks in the making. So you can see they stick together nicely. We're gonna stick them in the freezer and eat on them all week.